PGA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Valspar Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group today.
Hey Luke, so great to be here with you and Rich. Looking forward to following this group down on the course today because this player has developed a rivalry with none other than Tiger Woods. They certainly do not lack in confidence. This is going to be a very entertaining group to follow.
Well, Henny, quite a challenge that this player has set for themselves. We've seen them beat many of their rivals this season, but there are not many people that can go up against the great Tiger Woods and succeed. History's told us that.
Oh, well, they certainly do not lack in confidence. This is going to be a very entertaining group to follow indeed.
I'm jumping around in my seat, and I can also see Rich Beam doing exactly the same. He managed this feat back in 2002 when he won the PGA at Hazeltine over the great Tiger Woods.
Oh, please, Luke, don't mention that. Once we get Rich on his high horse, there's no getting him down again. Although he has shown that it can be done. Tiger Woods can be beaten. However, it is such a tall order. I know that this player has beaten all of these incredible roster of players in all these rivalries so far, but come on, this is Tiger Woods. Can it really be done today?
Well, that's the question we're going to get answered, aren't we? Very few people have ever laid claim to beating Tiger head-to-head. Good luck in your rivalry. You're going to need it. Going with a 3-wood here.
All right, we're going with an extra club here.
I know it hasn't come up exactly how they imagine in their mind, Rich, but you've got to like that play.
Wynn got that one and took it wayward.
How close was that to going down? And this putt is for a big 4 on the scorecard. It was on a good line. A par putt on the table. Well, that's a no-fuss par to get the round underway, Rich.
That's a rock-solid par right there.
Water is a feature here at the Copperhead course of Innisbrook Resort, Rich, and it comes into play at the second.
Downhill tee shot. You want to keep your tee shot out to the right as best you can to take out the trees that hug the left-hand side. Green sits well above the player's second shot. They won't see how close they hit it from the fairway.
Henny, what's the player facing here?
This breeze just starting to blow, but it's a helpful breeze. It's one that you like. Got to club down a little bit.
Chosen the pitching wedge here.
Really controlled the flight there nicely with that wind.
Why don't we catch up with our man in the hot seat, Tiger Woods?
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Well, this one's right at the pin. How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. This putt was about 8 feet.
This is their look at birdie.
Hey, that's a chance. Ooh. Putting for a par now. Well, it was a wonderful approach shot, wasn't it? But unfortunately having to settle for par.
Couldn't convert after 2 good shots there. Disappointment as they're so close to the lead.
Lovely rhythm there, Rich. That's going to work every time. Rich is one of the rare players to ever tame the Tiger in a major championship. How did you manage to do it?
Taming him, that's a big stretch there. I did it because I never had to play with him. I was fortunate enough to not be paired with him the third round, nor in the final round when I was paired with Justin Leonard. And going back to the comments about the roars, not knowing that was him making those birdies. You assumed it was, you couldn't deny that it was, but not knowing, it was a lot easier to say, well, that was Fred Funk, who he was playing with in the final round, who was having such a great week as it was. It was easier to deflect that a little bit. I think if I would have played alongside him, I think things might have been a little bit differently, because he does bring a different energy, and sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But when you start hearing those roars going up and you're playing with him, well, you know exactly what's going on. But when you're not playing with him, I was able to kind of deflect what he was actually doing, and I was fortunate.
Just a tiny putt is all that remains. And that will put them ahead of their rival. A great performance on this hole. So no movement there. He stays at even with the card. The fourth hole, the first of the par threes on the property, and you've got to be dialed in on your number.
This is a challenging par three, no doubt about it, Luke. This green pitches from right to left and from front to back, making it almost impossible to get it super close unless you have a perfect number into this par three.
Yeah, nicely played. Well, this would be a good putt to make to move into the top five.
Surely it's going to.
Now heading over to Tiger Woods.
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week.
Oh, stop it. What a way to make your par. That'll help make a big move. Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. Stretching out over 600 yards means the par 5 fifth is no snack.
It is. Luke, I rarely say that par 5s on the PGA Tour are challenging, but this is definitely one of them. It's an uphill tee shot and a second shot that is downhill, moving from right to left, that's completely blind for these players. There is a tree about 100 yards out, which is going to be something they aim at when they lay up. Third shot, though, is very basic, down the hill to a fairly flat green surrounded by some bunkers. More than likely, most players are going to have to lay it up on this par 5. No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Playing this one about 130 yards out. Just a stroke behind the leader. Going with the pitching wedge here. Good sounding strike, that one. That was a beauty.
Gotta like their chances from there.
Putting for birdie. That's a good putt to make that one. That's back-to-back birdies. And with it, he'll move to a couple under par. Here's Tiger Woods. Oh, that's a beauty. Great shot from the bunker. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. The sixth hole at Innisbrook's Copperhead course, Rich. It's a challenging one, isn't it?
If you find the fairway off the tee here, you are an amazing human being. The fairway tilts from right to left very significantly. Holding the fairway is almost impossible.
This looks to be a fairway seeker to me.
Luke, that did not end up where you said it was going to. It's in the rough.
Rich, considering everything that's been said about the great Tiger Woods throughout his entire career, it almost seems superfluous to add anything more to it. But what that man has meant to the game, and again, to people like yourself who have gone on to win major championships as well.
Yeah, I would think what Tiger has brought to the game is just he changed the perception of the game as it being kind of an old man sport, and all of a sudden he's out there winning and fist pumping and getting the crowds fired up and everybody into the game. It just kind of changed the entire complexion of it. No longer do you have these old guys that are dressed poorly with big beer bellies, and all of a sudden, you got guys that are young and wearing these tight-fitting clothes, going into the gym and treating it more like a business instead of just a sport. He really changed the entire dynamic of the game, the landscape of what it takes to become a great player. And everybody else was just kind of sitting there in awe going, well, how does he do this? Well, it's almost like he had a plan, a master plan to go out there and listen, I'm going to dominate by being physically better, mentally better, and I'm just going to steamroll these guys. And when he first started doing that, everybody's kind of looking back going, okay, he's taking this seriously. Maybe I need to start taking it seriously too, right? So it's just one of those things that came along that nobody knew what to really expect of him. But he told us right away, listen, I expect to win every single week out there, and sure enough, that's what he did.
And Rich, we talked about so much and we heard so many of them throughout the years. A Tiger roar just sounded different to any other roar on the golf course. Explain just the energy of that and what you endured.
Well, the Tiger roars usually involved about 35,000 folks, and any other roar was about 3,500. So that was already a massive difference. You just knew it. There's just an energy in the air. When you heard a roar go up, you immediately could tell whether it was Tiger or it was somebody else. And it all kind of depends on how you were affected by it. And I think that where a lot of players got into trouble was listening for the roars and listening what kind of roar it was. And when they let it into their head that it was a Tiger roar, then I need to do something better. I need to change it up real quick. And in fact, that's probably what hurt them more than anything else. But listen, when Tiger did something fantastic, everybody on the golf course knew it was him.
Hoping for a bounce here, preferably to the left. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing. This one's for birdie.
This has a real chance.
Not sure if they understood the lie of the land there, Rich. Oh, these are good for the momentum, these ones. Right on 8 feet. Good looking putt. Nice little putt to hole, that one. And now 4 under for the day. Ball striking continues to be the order of the day as the players arrive on the 9th tee, a par 4.
Yes, just thread those bunkers off the tee shot somehow with the driver. Second shot is going to be straight back up the hill. And once again, with the pin position over on the right-hand side, players will be unable to see where their golf ball pitches. This is a quality par 4.
Attaboy, good shot. And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
This is looking around 115 yards out.
This one's got eyes for the flagstick.
That one just slides by.
This player showing zero signs of any nerves as they play against their rival and playing partner, Tiger Woods. What a fantastic approach.
Big time play, that one. At the right time, too.
All over the parking lot, but a chip in for par saves the day.
Mark it down, that's birdie number 5. And with that, he'll move to 5 under par. The back nine at Innisbrook's Copperhead course begins with a par 4.
Straight down the hill these tee shots go. That bunker down the left-hand side should see a fair bit of action. If you leave it out to the right-hand side, there's some trees that are overhanging and will block out your second shot. This green tilts pretty good from back to front.
And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Setting up here from about 155.
Going with the 7. This one looks just a fraction too long to me. Yeah, not a bad shot, that one.
Birdie at the last. This for another. This is on a great line.
Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. And that will take him to 6 under. Why don't we catch up with what Tiger Woods is up to?
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Let's check in with Tiger Woods. Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. Very few parts of the golf course make you feel comfortable, but chance of birdie at 11.
Finally, we have a birdie hole. Just avoid that bunker down the left-hand side. On the right-hand side of the fairway, you can go ahead and chase one up there. Even if you can't get it on the green in 2, that front bunker is not a bad leave. But beware, there are some trees over on the right-hand side that could block you out.
Rich, obviously, and we've joked about it a fair bit in this game, that you've been one of the rare players to take Tiger Woods down in his prime. But what was it like to play in the Tiger era and just how dominant he was?
It was simply amazing. You knew that each and every week that he showed up to a tournament, you better have your game ready to go, because you assumed that he was going to be firing at all cylinders. Because even when he wasn't, his game was still good enough to beat most everybody in those fields. You wanted him there because you always want to test yourself against the best. However, if you weren't playing very well, you're kind of fearful teeing it up, because you just knew that your best at that moment in time wasn't nearly going to be good enough to beat Tiger no matter what he brought to the table. He made each and every player look at their game in a different way and try and dissect it in order to weed out anything that didn't really need to be worked on, and got them more specific in the areas that they weren't good at, their deficient areas, whether it's the short game, the driver, the iron play, whatever it is. But Tiger really made you take a long, hard look at your game and figure out where it's at, because you knew that you had to be at your best to beat him.
Oh, well done. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Setting up here from about 145 yards.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. A wonderful shot, and a birdie opportunity coming up at the 12th.
Of all the shots that I like the most, that one ranks right up there.
Sitting at 1 over. Wow. Yeah, golf clap. Really good. What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup. He's staring down a birdie putt here. Rolling end over end. This putt's looking great.
And that's 8 birdies today. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. And a quick glimpse of the leaderboard, and they're currently first, with Justin Thomas second.
The lead is getting bigger and bigger.
Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Well, they've certainly got the swing and the groove.
It's amazing to see how good this player is in full flow.
Here's Tiger. Oh, can you believe it? That's remarkable.
And now this is why you can never get comfortable, even if you're leading a PGA Tour pro. This is what they do. They mean business.
Putt is underway.
And after that hole, leading Justin Thomas by 3 strokes. The second of the back 9 par 5s, Rich 14. There's plenty to it.
Only the biggest hitters in the game can reach this one in 2, so any tee shot just out to the right is ideal. That way it leaves an easier shot out to the left for your layup. The third shot will be going downhill to a green that tilts from back to front, guarded by a deep bunker over on the left-hand side. If you find the fairway with your second shot, you've got a really good chance to hit your third in there close.
Well, that's a tremendous shot and sets up a wonderful opportunity.
Using all of his muscles to get that one home in 2.
This is... Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? And this putt coming up for his par. 2 great shots, but 3 bad putts. Well, it's a great view on the leaderboard. Sitting in top spot, but Justin Thomas is second. Opting for the 5-iron. That's not the shot they're after.
Oh, a little shorty Baker on that action there.
That's a touch of class.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
Why don't we catch up with our man in the hot seat, Tiger Woods?
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Our leader is up by 4 shots now.
3 holes remaining, folks. Hang on to your hats. This is going to be a wild and woolly finish.
Well, as you enter the dreaded snake pit here at Innisbrook's Copperhead course, Rich, you know where you stand on the 16th tee.
This tee shot forces your hand. You must take it down the right-hand side in order to have a good look at this green for your second shot. Any misses out to the left, you're going to find the trees in all sorts of trouble.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
I'd say he's about 165 from this flag.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Anywhere up on that dance floor would be nice. Oh, that's a great approach shot.
Luke, nothing gets past you. Yes, this kid is a stud.
This putt to get to 10 under par.
Rolling end to end, it's looking nice.
Ouch, that hurts. And this one is for his par. In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot. And a quick glimpse of the leaderboard, and they're currently first, with Justin Thomas second.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
Opting for the 5-wood. That's a pretty handy shot. This would be a great up and down. Oh, I thought that one was going in. "19 feet to the cup."
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
That's a good putt to make. That sets the great players from the good ones. Now heading over to Tiger Woods.
He's feeling good, just birdied the last hole.
Not a bad approach, that one. Not quite inside the birdie range, but you never know. Hole a long one. Still counts. Our leader is currently enjoying a 4-stroke advantage. The closing hole of Innisbrook's Copperhead course is also the final hole of the Snake Pit, and this one here has everything going against it.
Lay it back and you're going to have a long second shot back up the hill, but if you take driver and find the fairway, you'll be rewarded with a very short second shot.
Oh, what a shot by our leader.
Man, people usually don't go that far on vacation. What a drive.
Wonderful shot into the 18th and a chance for birdie.
You know what? That deserves a golf clap.
This is always a good moment. A putt to win the tournament. It's got a chance. And as that putt drops to the bottom, Rich, they are now the Valspar champion. What a performance.
Yeah, what a performance. What a win. I mean, just this player was just amazing all week long.
And Henny, that was some impressive play. To take down a rival of that calibre and to win the event, what a performance.
Oh, absolutely. They silenced the giant today. They got the job done against the odds. We shouldn't ever have doubted them. There was some spectacular golf out there, and it was a pleasure to watch.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.